let's see. I forget at what point in the episode we had Erwin showing. Was that when he was talking?
I think that's while they're going down the wall, clicking it possibly, is when he showcases the kind of his side where we assume the new weapon is.
Commence the search, Roger. Maybe
we don't see it. We just have him reference it.
Yeah.
It might be like a needle in a haystack to try to find it.
I know. I'm just gonna skip through one more time. I would love to see like an outline, whether it's a container or something.
I think it just looks like ODM gear.
I do wonder what that is. Maybe something like the same type of sword, but it's made out of this material, and hopefully that could break through the armored titan. You know?
Or it could possibly look different. It could be something that we can't even imagine at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, so what...
Is the guy that got stabbed the one that grabbed Armin by the...
I think so. What Reiner was using does look to be like makeshift out of wood and maybe like a shield. You see?
Oh yeah, it is wood on one side. You're right. He obviously made it just like
arts and crafts.
Prop.
Yeah, this is a talented man.
That's funny.
You can't question that. I am glad that we have that Ackerman jumping right into action like the last time that Mikasa and Reiner
taken by surprise. He immediately just stuck his neck out from the hole he was in. You got to take that opportunity. That was smart of Levi.
So my question is, what's the issue here?
He didn't slice off the neck.
Is it but Levi obviously commented on it. Is that another Titan power?
We don't truly know how to kill a person when they're not in Titan form, right? We don't actually know. We've only ever seen people that had the ability to turn into Titans die while they're in Titan form.
Correct.
So we don't actually know how far the regenerative abilities go. Because remember, we thought Ymir was dead, and then she wasn't because of her wounds.
I was gonna say, for a second, I was gonna say maybe he's an armored Titan. Maybe he has armored around his whole spinal cord,
or just around the main arteries that could cause death.
Well, I'm thinking I'm thinking spinal cord first initially, because it seems like that's where the sword stopped.
That's smart.
On Reiner's neck, but
just like when Levi attacked. What did Levi attack on Annie that it stopped? Was it her neck too that she hardened? No, he attacked something and it hardened as he was trying to attack it.
Yeah. But what I don't think. I don't think that any longer, because it looks like he pierced Reiner straight through his body in the center where his spinal cord would be.
But it needs to be the nape of the neck.
Yeah. Regardless, that's going to pose a problem unless our secret weapon that we don't know comes into play. Okay.
Are we at the part that shocked me the most? I was like, why are all these lights lighting up? What the hell's happening?
Well, I wasn't throwing, the idea was in my mind that Orangutan can turn things into Titans or people into Titans, i.e. Connie's mom, right? What surprised me the most is I don't think Connie's mom was dead when that happened, and there was one with a thing on its back. Do you think that these are, dead people who we initially called, to try to, send out there, Armin's grandfather? Or do you think these are reinforcements from wherever they're from that the orangutan is turning into Titans?
I think these are probably from the villages that at the time the Beast Titan first made his appearance. These are probably from the villages around Connie's home and maybe even some of the villagers.
Do you think he turned them back into humans then?
He possibly was able to still control. If you think about how we've learned how memories can get wiped. What if it's possible to not only control Titans, but control people with the power of Titans? So maybe he could control them in their human form where they were hiding, and then he had them turn back. I mean, that's crazy that he would be able to turn people back and forth, but they wouldn't be able on their own to turn back and forth.
I'm most worried about this Titan with a thing on its back.
Yeah, why is there something on his back? What's in there? What would the Beast Titan want? What, He's throwing boulders. That's his weapon. Like, what does he want? Why is there a trunk? It has to have something vital in it.
I would assume it's to carry whatever's in the basement or hold weapons.
I like the idea to like secure whatever's in the basement that they want.
I'm thinking that, or it's Titan weapons, which I've wanted since episode 1 of this show. But it's a pretty small box in comparison to like a weapon kind of.
I was really feeling like they weren't making an appearance because they didn't know exactly what house was Aaron's, and they needed.
I thought that was a really good idea
to figure out which basement to actually look in. Because if they knew what house was Aaron's, why wouldn't they have gone to the basement beforehand? Because they could just break the door down.
Because they want what Aaron has.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really good idea, though. Maybe that was still their plan before Armin kind of foiled it. There's so many. There's so many.
I like that they're all from. Basically, it's now like they basically pigeonhole the scouts into they're backed up in the town, in the hometown. They're backed up in there, and obviously Aaron plugged that hole first. So maybe they should have done the opposite. Not that the Beast Titan couldn't break it down.
In hindsight, but yeah, I think he. Dude, what is this accuracy? If he is from another place, I believe that he is an Olympic like shot put like athlete. Like he is nuts. What accuracy?
What accuracy that one of the main houses that got landed on by Berthold was Aaron's house.
Not only accuracy, I think I'm undermining the whole thing. What technique? If he just did it, right?
He
but
really
look at this technique.
Yeah, like Olympic level.
It's like a ballet
completely.
dancer.
I mean, amazing. 10 out of 10.
Orangutan, like hold up our sign, like 10. Interesting. I'm very I'm nervous about discounting whatever the secret weapon is because we don't really know anything other than the fact that it might be made out of luminescent ore, right? Mm-hmm. So putting that to the side, I'm not feeling too confident. Aaron's, I think, is a little tired.
We can't just get here and have nothing good happen. We can't just get to the basement and never find out what's in it.
But it's never just a good thing that happens.
Something has to go right enough for us to find out what's in the basement.
Okay, fair. But just because we find out what's in the basement doesn't mean it's in a rush.
And it doesn't mean that the enemy doesn't take control of you or incapacitate you, but still let you see what's down there as like a prisoner of war kind of situation.
Or I'm worried about being like a we'll hold them off kind of situation while you go in there. But we have a bunch of regular Titans, right?
Oh, and Levi has that syringe still.
I don't even know how to think about how that's going to help.
It's going to be used.
I know.
It has to be used.
I agree.
Maybe here, maybe in the next episode or two.
It's going to be used. I just can't even begin to think how it will and how it will be helpful. I just think, in the logistics of it, sure, we have Levi, we have Mikasa, but we have them against, and everybody else, but, we have them hurt Aaron, or not hurt Aaron, a little bit tired, potentially Aaron. Even if you had full stamina, we still have them against the Colossal Titan, the Armored Titan, a bunch of regular Titans, and the Orangutan.
There's no way that Aaron alone and all of the scouts can fight against 3 enemy Titans as well as a bunch of regular Titans.
Yeah,
there's no way. If we were building teams for a battle, it does not work out in their favor.
The auto balance is messed up.
It's very low chances of winning, and
the only thing the only hope other than that mystery syringe and the new weapon is we haven't seen Aaron fight since he's gotten the crystal power or the ore power. I wonder if he can use that while fighting.
He also has the ability to control Titans, and he has the power from the founding Titan, which might mean that he has better more control than the Beast Titan would.
Yo, how messed up would it be if Aaron rises all his dead friends, including his dead mom, and makes them Titans inside of here right now and uses
Wouldn't their bodies have to be there?
Why wouldn't they be?
Oh, you're right, because Titans don't eat.
Yeah.
They just kill you, and they wouldn't like
That
pick up your
I don't
body
know how that
afterwards.
works though. I don't know if a Titan could make a dead person into a Titan. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's
I
like
know.
a revival. I just thought it would be
That
a kind
would
of
be
metal
crazy.
like route to go down.
That would be really morbid route to go down. That like zombies, basically zombie Titans.
Reading too much Junji Ito. I do think that Eren has that power, and we might see it. I just am scared.
But I still
how.
can't, like, with all of that arsenal, with all those like those multiple traits that he has now to fight, it still seems weak in comparison to going up against all of that.
I mean, you could be right in like the whole idea of inject somebody with it, and then Eren controls that person to try to like help out in a sense. But that's a scary thought.
I think you would have to pick Mikasa or Levi. Not that we necessarily know that your human attributes roll over, but because of the fact that they're tied to the family,
don't lose their memory.
You know, I feel like because they have this human special superhuman strength, that they would probably be strong Titans. So I feel like it has to, if you're gonna inject someone.
Yeah.
And I feel like Levi's not gonna, Mikasa's probably gonna be like, inject me, but I doubt that Levi would give it to anyone other than himself.
Going down the list.
What list?
The list of people who could be injected.
Oh, okay. Like, what do you mean by that? The list of who Levi would choose, or the list of just who could be?
Who could be.
Okay.
Sasha's an option. I think Mikasa and Armin, unless it is something, I'm gonna leave Mikasa on the table because, like, unless it is something like you said, like their family, I think Armin's safe.
Connie could be compelling.
I was just about to say Connie would make the full circle of his mom was turned into a Titan too. I think Connie is an option. Jean is a maybe, but I don't think he'd do it.
I don't think he would do it. It would take. He would take more convincing, and I think it would be a split-second decision, and I think Jean would waver and try to think about it for a moment and or stammer, and it wouldn't happen split-second. He agrees to do it.
Narratively, at the moment, I could see Mikasa because of the family, Jean because of a potential line being like, don't screw this up to Eren, like, and him putting like trust in there.
And because of their dynamic, their friendship, it would be then compelling.
Them actually fighting together for the first time. I think Connie's definitely an option because it's full circling with his mom. I don't see it being Hanji. I think Erwin could be a possibility.
But an argument for Hanji would be, wouldn't she like to experience? Like, if she's a scientist who wants to study Titans and understand them better, the best way to do that is to be one yourself.
Yeah, that's an option too. I was going to say Erwin. I know he wants to see what's in the basement, but there could be a storyline that he is more helpful as a Titan than as a person without one arm.
He was willing to die a few episodes ago. Well, maybe like more than a few episodes ago. He was willing to die, and he put Hanji in charge. So technically, he might still see himself as just kind of expendable.
Yeah,
you know, in terms of like the chain of command.
Yeah. Next on the list is Marlowe. I don't see that happening.
No, but then it would be then. I could think it could be compelling or interesting because this is his first battle. And how wild and crazy would that be that within his first bout with the Titans, he's turned into one?
I just don't see that.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't work.
Last but not least is Shallot. I think that we haven't seen him in a while, but there is a potential that this could be like the perfect
Isn't Shallot
Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, that's what they want us to think.
He just comes running from the horizon, the sun, you know, in the background.
If
and
only...
He's Sharon.
Oh, we can't ride any horses through this crumbled wall, but there's one thing the orangutan didn't count for. Somebody who would eat the rubble. Shallot. Gone but never forgotten. I don't know. I don't know what the effects of being injected with that syringe is going to be, so I'm unsure. Like the idea of it giving Eren
it's
another
coming.
power.
It's
I don't
coming
know about that.
in the next couple episodes. This is a huge battle that I cannot think of. My brain cannot think with the players we have in this, and the weapons we have, cannot think of a way of survival and getting to the basement in the current predicament.
Unless things are changed.
Annie shows up. I don't know.
That wouldn't help us at the moment.
It might help change Berthold and Reiner's side. Which, if we move Berthold and Reiner over here to side with Eren,
yes,
and to fight the Beast Titan, then
our odds go up.
Our odds go up.
Dude, is the rest of the season just gonna be this? Like this is a pretty freaking massive event.
Remember season 1 where it was like part 7 of one battle?
Yeah. Like,
it could be that kind of situation.
This is what we've been waiting for since like the first episode. We're back here. Like, this is the moment.
It's full circle.
Yeah, like this is gonna be hopefully big and victorious and happy. But
maybe the goal is to crumble the walls.
What if Eren can control the Titans within the walls?
Ooh.
Granted, that would probably do a pretty big disservice if you're going to take the walls down with you.
But it's okay to take down the inner wall.
If he can rebuild it?
No, the inner wall.
Yeah, you're right.
The main hole, then that wall would be less important. They wanted to block in whatever Titans were inside and then kill them, but that doesn't need to happen. They could just break down that inner wall.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wrote down, and I think it'd be cool to bring up what Eren said. I think it was Eren, or it was Armin's voiceover at the very beginning of the episode. And I wrote down, fate is yours to decide, and humanity deserves to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I just liked that in the narration it was saying it's really depressing, but it's insinuating that people didn't have the will to live, and now they realize that humanity deserves to live, and I think not just live, but deserves freedom, not just life in a cage.
I think that mentality has definitely been spread.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's definitely infectious because of the progress-ish? Like, because of the developments.
Yeah.
Mid-roll?
Okay, mid-roll. Information available for public disclosure. Glowing ore harvested from the Reese family underground cavern, thought to be produced by some sort of Titan power. It emits more light than a torch, and with appropriate manufacturing can greatly extend nighttime operations.
That's so cool.
It is so freaking cool and expands the world and really just details the world, that they are able to take something that we would probably think would maybe just be a tourist attraction later on and use it to further their advances in society. Nighttime.
They can make
At
street
night.
lights. They can actually make streetlights.
Ooh, yeah.
I wonder if it's like forever glowing.
Just glows nonstop.
Maybe it's
forever.
like solar powered, like the Titans.
Oh, do you think that maybe it's kind of like solar powered? Like during the day, it's holding in the sunlight and taking from the sun, and then
it could be the polar opposite to the Titans, right?
Awake all night and asleep all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was spooky. The Titan that was asleep in the
You're always scared that something's gonna happen.
I was so nervous the first 5 minutes of this episode.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. I couldn't take it. It was, they wanted me to feel nervous for sure.
Yeah.
I'd be just, every time the lantern turned to the ground and we're looking at the ground and not someone else, and so scary.
You good?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And hope to see you next time. In hindsight, but In hindsight.
In hindsight.